It's the hearing problems for me.
The small head for me.
It's the dumbo ass ears for me.
It's the no chin head ass for me.
It's the fat ass bow on your back for me.
It's the turtleneck for me.
It's the crusty, dusty ass toes for me.
It's the fucked up hair for me.
It's the weak ass head game for me.
For real? Why would you say that, babe?
I was just playing, babe.
Are you being for real?
I was just playing.
I don't give you a good sucky sucky.
It's for country hair for me.
It's the flat chest for me.
It's stealing all my pink panties for me.
It's faking your pregnancy and having a miscarriage freshman year for me.
It's running away from home so many times for me.
It's trying to kill yourself 3 times and going to a mental hospital for me.
It's jumping out of mom's car on a highway for me.
It's getting raped in middle school for me.
Bro, don't fuck.
It's the non-existent edges for me.
Prosthetic hair for me.
It's the halitosis for me.
Your toenail!
You really should clip those because
Your toenail!
those are like Wolverines on your feet. Oh my gosh. Look at the look.
I'm gonna put it right in.
Anyways, it's the weak, non-existent gorilla grip. Use your words.
He said you don't got a gorilla grip. What? A gorilla grip? What? That's not what he said.
Yeah, he said it's a weak, non-existent gorilla grip shit for me.
Were you talking to me?
Yeah.
If she ain't have no gorilla grip, you wouldn't be here.
It's the constantly wearing the gray same outfit every day that does it for me.
It's the constantly tanning in the backyard that does it for me.
It's the fucked up tattoo that does it for me.
It's the constant need for validation that does it for me.
It's the constantly sitting at home all summer with no job that does it for me.
It's the constant using your TikTok to get a boyfriend that does it for me.
It's the drawn on eyebrows for me.
It's the gap in the teeth for me.
It's the gray hair underneath for me.
It's the S-curl perm for me.
Not still single at 50.
Not unemployed at 20.
And not the all-white friend group.
Not the not having a friend group.
Not the credit card debt.
Not the starving artist still living in his mom's basement.
I thought we said dreams were off limits. I thought you supported me. You believed in me. You said you believed
your
me.
dad too, but look where we are now.
Okay.
It's the being in love with people you've never met for me.
Alright, it's the being basic for me.
It's the being a goth for me.
It's the editing your photos for me.
It's the never having a proper relationship for me.
It's the being thinking in an elevator for me. What?
Well, it's but I always get offended. It's the poverty for me.
It's the toxic relationship for me.
It's the falling in love with people 101 miles away for me.
It's the guy you'll find and think you were gonna die for me.
It's the commitment issues for me.
It's having to talk to the school guidance counselor about online safety because you used your school email to sign up for a knockoff Grindr account for me.
It's the emo romance novels you wrote as a middle schooler for me.
It's the fake deep poetry that the teachers applauded and got into the school magazine for me.
It's the sneaking out of your friend's house as a 15-year-old and losing your virginity to a random 18-year-old for me.
It's sneaking out of your family's beach house on our vacation when your entire extended family was in the room to go pray with a guy on Grindr for me.
It's spending that entire vacation FaceTiming your ex-boyfriend for me.
It's the crushes on straight boys for me.
It's the thinking that being a bi girl who says she hates men but only dates men is a personality trait for me.
It's the sugar daddy money you tell your parents you got from selling Magic the Gathering cards for me.
Fuck you.
It's the buy one get one for free tattoos for me.
This is a heat.
It's the fake eyelashes for me. Damn, okay. It's the getting in a fight with me in 8th grade for me. You remember when I slapped you? And you slapped me?
I do! Yeah. Okay, it's the tanning all the time and still being pale for me.
Oh! Damn! Alright, it's the not being able to wake up early for me.
Got my ass. It's the dull sense of humor for me.
It's the damn, I wrote it down, I don't remember. It's the getting suspended from school for me.
Let's go.
Why'd that hurt? It's the living with your parents for me.
It's the I have a job for you, for me. It's the not having a job for me.
It's the dead hair for me. It's the liberal for me. It's the doesn't research her own politics but just believes everything she sees on social media for me. It's the bandwagoning to all the politics because you're really just uneducated and ignorant and young. I know I'm younger than you, but still, for me. I have a college degree. What do you have? What do you have? Intelligence. It's the boyfriend the same height as you for me. He's not the same height as me. It's the slutness for me. No boyfriend at all for me. I've had more than you. Still a whore and they all cheated on you for me. I didn't choose to be cheated on. It doesn't matter. It's still a for me.
It's the dictatorship for me. It's the ethnic cleansing for me. It's the genocide for me. It's the war crimes for me. No, thank you.
It's the unprovoked aggressive comments for me, Aries. It's the sleeping all day and choosing comfortable clothes over style for me, Taurus. It's the showing off for whoever's around for me, Gemini. It's the doing shady shit and then crying to get people's sympathy for me, Cancer. It's the narcissism that stems from low self-esteem for me, Leo. It's the OCD tendencies and never giving yourself a break for me, Virgo. It's the obsession over a person you met less than 24 hours ago for me, Libra. It's the need to seek revenge on anyone who does you wrong for me, Scorpio. It's the constant bad advice for me, Sagittarius. It's the greediness and lack of trust for me, Capricorn. It's the need for everyone to know that you don't give a fuck about everything for me, Aquarius. It's the planning your life around someone you just met for me, Pisces.
It's a long ass chin for me.
It's a big old head for me.
It's them spider looking eyelashes for me.
It's the yellow grin for me.
It's the ashy ass legs for me.
It's the bald spot for me.
It's your dirty ass toenails for me.
It's the big nostrils for me.
It's your thin ass eyebrows for me.
It's the elf ears for me.
It's the outfit for me.
It's the outfit for me. It's the coochie for me.
It's the 6'1" head ass for me.
This is the depression for me.
It's the long ass chin for me.
You already said that.
It's the
gun wax for me.
It's the gum showing when I smile.
It's the short neck for me. It's the balding goatee for me. Heart.
It's the no lips.
It's the corona for me.
It's the serial killer fetish for me.
It's the water shoes for me.
It's the corgi legs for me.
It's the not being able to merge on the highway for me.
It's the no dad for me.
It's the asexuality for me.
It's a superiority complex for me.
It's the needing a stomach pumped after one shot for me.
It's the 13 therapists for me.
It's the emotionally abusive mother for me.
Not the eating disorder.
Not the self-diagnosed schizophrenia.
Not the Lord Farquaad tip.
Not the asylum patient.
Not the PTSD birth from childhood trauma that forced you to dissociate from reality.
It's the not getting out of bed for me. It's the lack of motivation for me. It's the you're still in yesterday's pajamas for me. It's the not even your therapist will text you back for me. It's the not willing to admit that you're having a depressive episode for me. It's the coping with humor for me. Maybe you should take an omega-3 supplement. Maybe you should go outdoors. Maybe you should go back to the mental hospital. Maybe you should go back to wilderness therapy. It was a gap year program in Costa Rica. I told you not to talk about that.
It's the Mickey Mouse voice for me. It's the fact that you look like teenage James Charles for me. Well, it's the fact that nobody knows how many of you there are for me. Yum, yum, yum. What are you eating? Goldfish. But didn't the goldfish, didn't the goldfish do what? You haven't seen the video? What video?
It's the commitment issues for me.
It's the 7-year crush for me.
Not you getting a 38 on your Algebra 2 test.
Not your family members dropping like flies.
Not you thinking that having depression is a personality trait.
Not the dandruff falling off your scalp like snow falling on Christmas Eve.
Not you being in an on and off again relationship with a racist baseball boy for 4 years who acts like Ted Bundy.
Not you wearing sweatshirts in 90-degree weather because of your body dysmorphia.
I'm not the one with undiagnosed bipolar, but go off.
Okay, ready?
It's the aggressive ADHD for me.
It's the pretty green eyes for me.
It's the having a perfect body but also body image issues for me.
It's the amazing singing voice for me.
It's the erectile dysfunction at 18 years old for me.
It's the tight hugs for me.
Yeah, it's the need to piss and brush your teeth 24 times a day for me.
It's the way your eyes... It's the spelling error.
It's the dyslexia for me. It's the sleeping with my brother for me. Like, I fucking know.
It's the fact that
Stop trying to be nice.
It's the fact that you can't bottom for me.
It's the anti-masks for me. It's the anti-vax for me. It's the Trump supporting for me. It's the never listening to your damn daughter every day when she tells you your sons are up to something for me. It's the being the best mom on Disney Channel for me.
It's the thin eyebrows for me. It's those big ears for me. It's the big forehead for me. It's those big bushy unibrows for me. It's the yellow teeth for me. It's that wide nose for me. It's the thin hair for me. It's that brown, not dyed hair for me.